Hello everyone, I am Tina of Wieland Fitness, and you probably clicked on this video because you want a no jump Tabata HIIT style workout, and that's what you're gonna get, okay? But it has a little twist. We're gonna be doing this as a part of my bigger challenge, Back to Basics. If you weren't aware already, be sure to go back and check all of the other workouts. I'm doing a whole month of workouts. The idea is going back to basics. And while Tabata can sound a little fancy, we are going to be going back to the basics with these moves. We're going to be using simple movements, but it's really going to pack a punch as far as getting your heart rate up. And there's definitely different ways that we can make this easier. We can make it more challenging, and I'm going to be guiding you through that. Okay. And if you don't know what Tabata is, what we're going to be doing is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you give your all in those 20 seconds, it starts to add up. And I have 4 different moves for us, and we're going to be doing 8 rounds of each move. Okay. A minute rest in between, which gives us about 20 minutes to do this workout. All right, so I'm excited to do this, and I'll see you on the mat. All right, friends, so before we get started, I do want to mention you can do this workout completely body weight. Tabata by itself is pretty challenging, but if you want to amp it up a little bit, you can grab a pair of dumbbells, whatever you have, and we can make adjustments, okay? And remember, it's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. The first move we're going to start out with is a simple squat. Now, like I said, we can make this easier or harder. So if you just want to do a squat, that is fine. Okay, I'm going to stand sideways, sitting the hips back like we're sitting in a chair. Try to get the butt as parallel to the ground as possible. Now, we only have 20 seconds, so speed will be crucial, but go at your own pace. Now, a couple ways that we can make this a little harder, especially if you don't want to jump. Maybe you're on a second floor apartment like me. You can squat, come up to the toes. This allows us to get that little boost without having to jump. Okay, you can also raise your arms up. Adding the arms really gets the blood pumping throughout the whole body, and it makes it a lot more challenging. You're gonna get your heart rate up a little bit more. All right, so I have a timer built in for us. Get into position because we're about to get started. 5 seconds, 2, 1, and go. So I'm probably gonna play around with all the different kinds of squats because we have 8 rounds. Remember, only 20 seconds here, and it might feel easy those first couple rounds, and then it starts to catch up to you. 2, 1, and rest. All right. I love Tabata because you can really do short bursts of effort, and it feels good. Okay, round 2, 1, and go. I'm gonna come up to my tiptoes. And you could do what I'm doing too, kind of alternating the styles. Two, 1, and rest. Round 2 is done. Only 6 more to go. 2, 1, and go. You're gonna reach those arms up. And you can grab some dumbbells if you want to do a weighted squat. Maybe you want to do a squat with press. Again, we can challenge ourselves. But I'll tell you what, body weight can be quite challenging. 1, and rest. That's round 3. Can you feel the heart rate getting up a little bit, right? This is HIIT, high intensity interval training. 1, and round 4. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Coming up on round number 5. I think I'm gonna add the arms again. 2, 1, and go. And Tabata, I think, is a really good bang for your buck. It's a great way to get some cardio in. And look, you don't need to jump. You don't need a fancy cardio equipment. 1, and rest. Almost there, and then remember we get a minute rest. Pretty much enough time for me to explain the next move to you, and so we can get set up for the next 8 rounds. 1, and go. Coming up to the tiptoes. Ooh, lost my balance there. 2, 1, and rest. 2 more rounds left, guys. It goes fast. 2, 1, and go. I might even switch it up on you. You know, there's so many different squats you can do. Maybe some side step squats, huh? One, and rest. And we have 1 more. If it wasn't for my timer, I'd probably lose count. Last one, and go. I'm coming up to the tiptoes with my arms up. We're really spicing it up now. Two, 1, and rest. All right. It might beep a little bit because it's transitioning to the next round, if you hear that. All right, we are on our minute. The next thing we have to do for our next circuit, 4 minutes of movement, is dumbbell jacks. So I love these. You're gonna grab a weight, something in your house. We're gonna do a jumping jack. Every time we step out, we're gonna press up. But you don't have to jump. You can get your heart rate up. If you hear me breathing, you can get your heart rate up just from lifting your arms up above your head in the step. But if you're able to jump and you want to do it and you're not going to make your downstairs neighbors angry, by all means, you can jump. Or you're outside. I love that for you. But yeah, and even if you don't have a weight, you can also use just your arms and lifts up. You will definitely get your heart rate up with that blood flow. Having to work a little harder into the arms, okay? But we have about 10 seconds, 8 rounds of this. So make sure to pace yourself. 5 seconds, 2, 1, and go. And I strategically picked the moves that I did so we'd be working a little bit of everything. We're getting some bang for our buck here. 1, and rest. Good, round 1 is done. But yeah, we're getting some bang for our buck. It's not just like a bicep curl, right? We're working multiple things. 2, 1, and round 2. Two, 1, and rest. Your arms are gonna start to feel it in the best way. I know it. Couple seconds, 2, 1, and go. And it really goes by fast when you think about it. You're just like, wow. And again, that's what I love about Tabata too. Anytime I've taught this class, people are like, we're done already? I'm sweating. And I'm like, I know, it's great. Anytime you have a little bit of fun and distract yourself, I'm all for it. 2, 1, and rest. See, I just distracted us right now. 5 seconds, guys. 2, 1, and go. Moving into round 4. We're halfway there. It's only 20 seconds of effort. You can do anything for 20 seconds. We got this. 2, 1, and rest. We're over the halfway point, moving into round 5. I would chat more, but it goes fast. 2, 1, and go. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. We're doing great. I'm feeling great. A couple couple seconds and we'll be starting round 6. 2, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. 2 more rounds. 2 more. Get our minute and then we move into the next thing. 2, 1, and go. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we got our last round coming up. And let me tell you, as somebody who has Hashimoto's, if you don't know what that is, look it up, it's thyroid. 2, 1, last round, guys, and go. This type of hit is great because my body gets inflamed if I run or do super high intensity stuff. So this kind of stuff is nice in short bursts. It allows me to do this and push myself without, going backwards. 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. We're done with round 2. We're over halfway now. Next thing is going to be a mountain climber. So we're going to be hitting abs. Okay, we have 60 seconds right now. We're going to be hitting abs, but when you're in that plank pose for the mountain climber, we get to work our arms a little bit, right? Always working the core, and we're moving our lower body, okay? Now you can run if you want, or you're like actually going pretty fast, but I'm going to step it and try to keep my knees as close to the ground as possible. The reason I do this is you really feel a nice burn, and it's not as much cardio, but more of a strength burn. You'll notice the difference if you try it with me. But feel free to do your little mountain climber jog if that's what you want to do, okay? We got about 20 seconds. Let's enjoy this rest. 10 seconds. All right, we'll start to get into position here. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. Very nice. 1/8 of the way there. Not very good with fractions, so don't expect me to keep up with the fractions. Round 2, and go. I also kind of like that we have to keep it the same for 8 rounds because it allows your brain to kind of shut off. You don't have to worry about doing all this different stuff. Two, 1, and rest. We're doing good. Sorry if I look hunched. 2, 1, and go. Not that you probably have much time to look up at the screen. I'm just trying to stay in the same position so I don't have to move too much. How are those abs? Are they on fire yet? 2, 1, and rest. This is a great time to sink into child's pose for a couple seconds. Round 4, and go. Two, 1, and rest. We're getting there. It's almost like holding a 4-minute plank. 2, 1, and go. On round 5, guys. Two, 1, and rest. Moving on to round 6. 2, 1, and go. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Definitely starting to get more challenging. Such a simple move. Really, really burning. Round 7. 2, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. You see me resting in downward dog. That's a yoga thing, but you can definitely do that. And last 1, 2, 1, and go. In yoga's no joke. Sometimes your resting position is downward dog. You don't get to actually relax. It's a challenge. Couple more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Very nice, guys. We have one more move, and it's a little bit of an easier one. We're officially on our 60 seconds. And what we're gonna do is Superman's. I'm gonna take my mic and move this a little bit. So Superman's. We're on our stomach. We're gonna lift our arms and legs up and back down. It's great for the lower back, great for the glutes. Really good kind of finishing move. It allows us to cool down. Man, those mountain climbers got me. All right, we have about 30 seconds. Grab a sip of water if you have it near you. Enjoy the lower back and glute work. I'll be hanging out on my mat for the next 20 seconds. Ten seconds, guys. 8 more rounds and we are done. Or 4 minutes. 2, 1, and go. And I would hold for a count of 2 or 3. Two, 1, and rest. I'm telling you, this feels a lot better than the mountain climbers. 2, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. Moving into round 3. Two, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. We're almost halfway through. 2, 1, and go. Couple seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Moving on to round 5. Also, be aware of your lower back. If it starts to get a little sore, sometimes muscle soreness is okay. 2, 1, and go. But if it starts to be like, oh, I don't want to hurt my back, try to squeeze your butt muscles to lift your legs up. And you can also give the lower back a break. Maybe you lift with just the legs or just the upper body. Experiment with it. 2, 1, and rest. be starting round 6, 2, 1, and go. Do we feel like Superman? I do. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more energized after this Tabata. Even though I'm sweaty, it's a good thing. Never had a bad workout like where I left feeling worse than when I started. And rest. Going into round 7. Okay, I'll say with the exception of maybe like if I got sick or something, but that's very rare. 2, 1, and go. Round 7.
I'll make it harder to choose. If you look into my eyes, you'd never leave again. If you look into my eyes, if you look into my eyes, you'd never leave again.
2, 1, and rest. One more round. Round 8. 2, 1, and go. Two, 1, and rest. You made it. Wow. Look at us. A nice quick 20 minutes. I don't know if you can see it. I have sweat. This lighting hides a lot. I am dripping though. You can see it on my face. So I'm sweating, so it's good. And that's proof, I hope that you felt that even just through basic movements, the way you time it and having that short burst to allow you to truly put forth your energy and your best effort towards it allows you to really start sweating and burning and trick your brain into thinking, hey, this isn't so long. I can do 20 more seconds. I can do 4 minutes of anything. So that was kind of the goal. I hope you enjoyed this workout. We reward ourselves tomorrow if you're following along with some mobility. So it'll be a nice finish to the week, and I hope you tune in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a workout again. Thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure having you, and we'll chat soon. Bye.